Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? Beer Chasers here. We are here with Franz at Lagerhaus for Oktoberfest. Franz, how you doing today?
Very good. A little exhausted for setting everything
He's
up.
been running his ass off so far all day
but
today.
now I have a beer, so we should first
Yes,
start
as always.
and say
Prost.
Prost to our 9th annual Oktoberfest.
Happy Oktoberfest, everybody. Cheers. Nice. So this is the like the American Oktoberfest, just the Marzen. Is this?
This is the Oktoberfest, the original, what you get at Oktoberfest in Germany, which starts also today.
Yeah.
Started today. All other Oktoberfests are more the old styles, which were brewed to for the American market.
Right.
Because the lighter color is basically brewed since the 1900s.
Right. And the lighter one's kind of more what the Americans are kind of used to.
Because of the immigrants in the 1800s, they were used to the darker version of it.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about your event here today. So we are celebrating Oktoberfest. Starts today in Germany. So a great day to kick off Oktoberfest here in America.
That's what we do. Always at the first day in Munich, they kick off the Oktoberfest with the mayor of Munich tapping the keg. That's what we do here.
All right, great. And talk about some of the festivities today. So I know we got the Schweinshaxen on again.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera can see him later, but we have the Schweinshaxen on the rotisserie, so we're grilling since 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's basically a very traditional. It's the big pork shank, and it's seared for 4 days in a brine, and
that's the caraway seed and the garlic.
And sea salt.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. We had it at the Frühlingsfest, and amazing. And they've been taking good care of it out there. They've been paintbrushing the sauce on it, and they've been taking care of it.
And then I have to get you that. So we have first time my brewmaster table every Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turned out that a lot of those guys are musicians.
Great.
Some retired ones, some amateur. So they have practiced since we started, and we have the Lagerhaus polka band.
Very cool.
Playing.
And they're going to start up here in about an hour, maybe a little less.
A little less. Maybe we get them to play.
Yeah, I think at the very end, we'll turn the camera over there, and we'll give them a song or two to shine.
Okie dokie.
Sounds great.
Yep.
So what kind of beer do we have on special today up here?
We have both Oktoberfest beers. Basically, the old style Märzen, the darker one, more amber, more malty.
Right.
And then the traditional Oktoberfest.
And both are from Hofbrau?
Yeah, both are Hofbrau. And I have also outside here a Bohemian Pilsner.
Awesome. So let's just kick right into Oktoberfest. Can you go into the history of Oktoberfest? Kind of why do we celebrate Oktoberfest?
Well, it's not what most people think of. It had very little to do with beer, more with horses. And beer is natural to drink.
Sure. It's like water. It's like water.
Yeah, it's water. And it was actually the marriage of a princess to the Bavarian crown prince.
Okay.
That's how it started in the early 1800s. And
so you were some kind of royal to-do people. It was enough for them to get out and celebrate this wedding.
Yeah, and basically they invited then their not the poor people, but if you had something, you were invited to the wedding, and that was out there in an open area called Theresienwiese, and that's why it's called the Wiesen. That means the meadow, the lawn. And they had a horse race, they had food for everyone, and they had beer.
So do you know, how did it become like an annual thing? Was it just, it got bigger and bigger every year?
Well, no, people thought, you know what? That was so much fun. Let's do it again.
Okay.
They didn't have anyone to marry, but is that important? No.
No, not at all. Any reason to get out, party, drink, have some good food, it's a good reason to get out there. Yeah. A question I've been asked a lot is, oftentimes Oktoberfest isn't in October. So why is that?
There is no, there are a few stories, but you can't really prove it why it's that.
Right.
And it is traditional that Oktoberfest ends in October.
Ends in October.
It ends in October. And then
Is it always like the third or fourth weekend, or when it starts, or is it
always basically 2 weeks where it starts, depending on this year it's fairly early, so next year it's going to be a week later.
Okay.
It falls always on the Saturday, so you have the last Sunday should be in October.
Yeah. So over here in America, we obviously celebrate it, but in Germany, it's a pretty big deal. I mean, this is I don't want to say the city shuts down for 2 weeks, but I mean,
the key thing is that there is only one Oktoberfest, and that's the Oktoberfest in Munich. In America, everyone calls their fest an Oktoberfest, but different. They have a wonderful one in Stuttgart, but it's not called Oktoberfest, so they have called it Harvest Fest. So
right, but there's only one, and that's the one in Munich.
Only one, and you have to be a brewery within the city limits of Munich to be able to sell the beer.
That's what I was gonna say. A lot of the guys in Munich all get together, and they have big tents and big to do out there. Awesome. Anything else on Oktoberfest? Any other trivia you got for us, or?
Well, this year we have the authentic mug for the Oktoberfest.
Yes, please talk about your mug.
And we always have like a 99, I would call it, mug club, where you buy the mug at the beginning, like Oktoberfest, and then it's filled with Oktoberfest, and then for 1 year you can refill it for $8. And we always had a Lagerhaus mug, and this time we got the original mug. We maybe get someone here to bring us the mug, and we have then about 140 refillers who come in and can refill any beer under 7%. Obviously.
Yeah, that's great. And how big is that mug? I mean, it's something like 40-something ounces, right?
44 ounces, but it has a filling mark. So when you fill it to the filling mark, it's 34 ounces.
Yeah, I thought that was worth mentioning, because I saw you post about that. Typically you're only going to get 13 or 14 ounces on a 16-ounce pour. This is like a 44. Like, it's still a good amount of beer out of it.
The key thing is, because in Europe you buy the liquid, the beer. In America, you order a vessel full of beer, and there is no requirement from the state how much you can fill in.
Right.
That's why we have some mugs, they have a high glass bottom, and they look big, but they are not big. In Germany, you have to actually fill it to the mark, and they have even police who check.
Wow.
At the October, watching what in here they paid 1,200 euros.
Whoa.
Fine. So they watch carefully not to cheat someone out of beer.
Yeah, so that's a big deal over there. Yeah, so I don't know if we have one of the mugs.
I'm going to ask for a mug. Mike, can you bring a mug? We want to show a refiller mug, an empty one. You have to go to the bar. We want to show our viewers how the mug,
there we go.
The mug looks.
Sorry, folks, just got the live chat up. Don't stream it, please.
No.
So sorry. So we just got the live chat up. We have Nate Palm out there. You remember Nate last time for Frühlings Fest? Nate saying all that talk of Oktoberfest is making him thirsty, and he wants that mug. So Nate, I don't know if you know, he moved back up to Vermont. So that's where he's originally from. So he just moved back up that way. So that's why he's not here today.
Hey, Nate.
Franz,
howdy.
Awesome. So while we're waiting on the mug, let's move on. So brewing an Oktoberfest. So being a brewer, talk us through the process. So I know, looking at the BJCP, we're talking about the Amber Multi-European Lager. Should be somewhere between 1.054, somewhere 1.080, IBUs 18 to 24, ABV 5.8 to 6.3. So these should be pretty malt-forward beers.
Yeah, keep in mind that traditionally the Oktoberfest beer is a Märzen, and that means in German it's brewed in March.
Right.
And they brewed it in March because that was the last beer actually they could make, and and it had to last till the fall. The reason being that they needed ice.
There we go. Show that mug.
Yeah.
So this is the mug you get. So come out here today. It's going to be on special. Like Franz said, you can buy this once. You can fill it up anytime throughout the year with a 7% or less beer for $7.
$8.
$8. Sorry,
Yep.
$8.
And
come down for $7, you won't get a beer.
Basically, if you look here,
There's
that
a line.
is 34 ounces. That would be 44. So you get a good deal.
Yeah, you're getting
That's
you're getting 2.5 beers for $7.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to a lot of these craft bars, and again, they're craft bars. They're trying to make their money, but you pay $6 for a pint. So I mean, you're getting 2 pints for $7 of something of quality,
Yeah,
great.
it's actually 2.4 pints.
Yeah, I mean you can't beat that.
And then I show sometimes, I show pour a pint and then pour it in there. You get 0.4 pints in there.
That's amazing. So so it's a malt forward beer.
Yeah, malt forward beer and stronger.
You want to finish a little dry, right? You don't want it super sweet,
No. But you want to have higher alcohol content so it lasts through the summer.
Yeah.
And it was brewed. A lot of breweries had around little ponds. We call them ice flakes, and they cut in the wintertime the ice and put it into storage. And usually in March they ran out of ice, so that was the last beer they could brew.
Right. So from a brewer's approach, if some of our home brewers out there, so we do have some home brewing stuff, like what would you recommend as far as a grain bill? Like how would you approach it? Munich malt, probably a little bit of Munich. Would you go dark? Would you go light?
Well, if I brew the original Oktoberfest beer,
we're talking the European malty amber,
the Bavarian malty blonde. Since about 1900, it's blonde.
Yeah.
Like this beer.
Right.
This one. That you would use Munich malt.
Okay.
Basically only Munich malt, the light version of it. You could also use Pilsner malt and Munich malt 50-50.
Okay.
If you go to the traditional one, you use the darker Munich malt and a little bit caramelized Munich malt.
Right.
Because the caramelized malt simulates the old style where they malted over open fire.
Right.
And caramelized.
Right. And over the wood fired.
Yeah. And that beer, then that's why the beer was had a caramel smell and more an amber color.
Hops are gonna be pretty traditional, right? Pretty traditional noble hops. Probably Hallertau or
Hallertau, Hersbrucker.
Well, man.
Perle maybe for bittering.
Okay.
Every brewery does it a little different, but in general,
it's all right. You have to have the mic. No one will hear you.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
It's hard to drink and talk at the same time.
Yeah.
I was hoping to have some mics ready to go. Just couldn't get that quite set up for us. So next time we'll have some nice mics. We'll be hand free. Thanks to you, by the way. Thank you so much. Yeah, for your generous donation.
CNN.
Exactly. Yeah. So we got some of that on the way. We did upgrade the webcam, so it does look a little better. So, awesome. So any other advice, for homebrewing? This is gonna be lagered, right? So definitely have to have temperature control.
The key thing is, I always tell people, don't make any shortcuts in priming with priming sugar.
Right.
Just when you have about 1% fermentables left, close it off. Either in a keg, or you fill it in bottles, and that 1% fermentables will lead to a perfect bottle condition.
Right.
And how do you do that? It's very simple. So when you have your wort and you start fermentation, and the fermentation kicked off, you take a little bit off in a Erlenmeyer beaker and ferment it at high temperatures, like 90 degrees. It's not going to taste good, just a little bit.
Right.
And look when it stops, on a refractometer.
So you're saying ferment that on the side from your main wort.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the main wort goes on the lower temperature.
Right. 50, 45.
Yeah, and then you drop it down continuously.
Right.
And you keep it also at 44 for a while.
Yeah.
So you get rid of all the diacetyl.
Right. Yeah. I know some brewers will raise it like 10 degrees for like 3 or 4 days for that diacetyl rest, and then they'll slowly drop it over time. What are your opinions on that, the diacetyl rest and that slow ramp? What are your experiences? Have you ever just cold crashed it and dropped it, or do you you slowly ramp it?
Yeah, you go
Take care of
slow,
the yeast.
But you also start traditionally at very low temperature, 44.
Right.
And the fermentation keeps the temperature up. You stop at 54, and then you go slowly down by maybe a degree a day.
Right.
The key thing is if you have the Erlenmeyer on the side,
Right.
your advantage is you know where it stops,
Yeah.
and then you measure your fermenter,
Right.
and then
Yeah, because
you
at a
know
higher temperature, it's going to probably ferment a lot faster.
a lot faster. And when it finishes, you know where you're gonna finish, and exactly 1% sugar in the wort,
Yeah.
you're going to
Secondary.
go into secondary or bottle it,
Okay.
bottle condition it. If you have more, then the bottle will explode, or you get it too
Right.
carbonated. But that, because usually I noticed, and I have a lot of homebrewing friends, I noticed that they have a problem in not having enough natural carbonization. And you're going to get that if you do it that way.
Right.
Because every brew is different. So this gives you, for this yeast, for this brew,
Right.
for that condition of the yeast, for this grain bill and how you proceeded, it gives you exactly where it finishes.
So you're just using that hot wort to kind of give you an idea where it's going to finish, so you know when it's time to pull it. And you said you want to leave about 1% of your sugars when you transfer it,
Exactly.
and you're not going to bottle condition with sugar. You're going to.
No, because that is not right.
That's a pro tip right here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only here on the Beer Chasers.
And the key thing is there's no need if you do that.
Mhm.
And now refractometers are cheap. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to do. You just have to watch like a hawk. If you have a fast fermentation, that you don't undershoot it.
Sarah, can you pour us 3 of those, the Oktoberfest? So very cool. What about yeast? So you talk about yeast. Do you have a preferred yeast you go with? Do you use White Labs or white yeast, or do you have?
I have my own yeast.
Yep, man. I gotta get in on some of that.
Yeah, I have that yeast since 25 years.
Wow.
So I took it to South America, and it's at White Labs in Key Organic Storage. So
Very cool.
Yep.
I've always been curious about that. You know, I'm not at the point where I'm washing my yeast yet and reusing it. I mean, I pretty much pitch new yeast every time. Every now and then, I'll pitch on top of another batch. You know, when I've had a good, strong, healthy fermentation, I know I can reuse it. But what could you give some advice to people out there who want to like reuse yeast, because you're using that same strain for 25 years?
Yeah.
How do you keep it healthy and not from mutating? And
Well, on the lager yeast, yeah, Schatzi. Yeah, this is my baby.
hey,
Ja, schau.
there we go.
Da schau das immer im Fernsehen. Schatzi. Schau.
That's your beautiful daughter.
Granddaughter. I'm raising her.
Yeah.
Her name is Sophie. Hello, Sophie.
Say hi.
Hello. Hello.
I'm always sweating. It's hot there. People are commenting about how I'm sweating my ass off. It's true. It is like 85 degrees out here. Get you a fan. Well, I know we haven't.
hier im Fernsehen. Komm doch nach hinten.
No, it doesn't.
Ciao.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yep.
And one's yours.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here comes the random hands. Put that off for now. All right. So, but yeah, how do you manage keeping that yeast healthy without mutating? Again,
On the lager yeast, if we work clean, lager yeast you can keep for a while.
Really?
Also, the normal AR 1056. But if you, and that's a good advice, if you do a Hefeweizen, don't even try to do more than 3 batches.
Right.
Because that yeast is actually 2 different cells, and they grow in a different rate at different temperatures, and they're going to be always tending to get from the banana esters to kind of
that yeast gets stressed out during
acetonic nail polish notes.
Right.
So you don't want to reuse a Hefeweizen yeast.
But a good lager yeast, you've taken care of it, you haven't stressed it.
Yeah.
You can just keep going infinitely, or
almost, yeah. And if you can wash it, acid wash it.
Uh-huh.
I haven't done that in a while because I am just. You
probably almost build a relationship with those yeast. You probably talk to them like, "Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah,
good to see you again.
Yeah,
you're ready to go to work."
They're accustomed to me.
Yeah.
In what I do with them.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's really
How
amazing.
I treat them.
It's a living organism. I mean, it really, people don't understand that. Like,
so
when a lot of people just drink a beer, they don't understand the behind the science. But it's really cool.
That's why you basically have your own. Yeah, Schatzi. Schatzi,
You can sit up here.
Ja, hallo. Hallo. Sag hallo. Sag hallo. Sag hallo. 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 Ah, you can. That's for sure. I talk to her in German, so I speak
Yeah.
German to her, but she gets English in daycare.
Right.
So.
I know very little from my job, just enough.
Aber sie kann ein Wort sagen. Wie heißt das Wort? Wie heißt das? Bier? Magst du Bier?
She gone.
She drinking. She likes beer, but we give her anti-alcohol, the Klausthaler, and she loves the taste. But we don't tell her that
Sure.
it's Kinder beer.
Well, the internet has the secrets now.
Yeah.
Well, in front of you here,
Yep.
you have my Oktoberfest. So I brewed this in January. The very first one I brewed. As I always tell you, be brutally honest. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I won't get any better by having smoke blowing in my butt. So
It smells wonderful. No off flavor.
yeah, I used WLP 833. I did pretty much like we talked about, fermented about 45. I did a acetal ramp to 55. I lagered it for a month at 38. And then it's been sitting in the bottle for 6 months. So it's more of a darker, maltier.
It has almost a buck note. You know,
I agree.
It has already that note, that plumminess.
Yeah.
Which you find in amber kind of buck beers. This would be almost a perfect example of an Oktoberfest beer, which they drank 200 years ago.
Right. Cool. I appreciate that.
At that time, you had more maltiness. They didn't have a clean lager yeast. They just had the lager cells because those were the ones who were active when you brew, when you ferment it. But yeah, congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I think as a brewer, I'm always my own worst enemy. You know, there's always something I want to try a little more.
The carbonation level is not bad.
Yeah.
It could be
it's a little low.
Tiny bit more.
Yeah, I think I went real low because I didn't want it to be sharp and tickly.
No.
So I think I played safe.
But you have on that beer, it's a powerful beer. You don't have to be afraid as much on that beer that you get too sharp if it's a little overcolored.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just on a slim beer, on the German pills, you've got to be more careful. Here.
Pretty cool. Yeah, the malt bill was almost like a Doppelbock Junior. So when I was looking at the malt bill, I was like, I'm not quite sure if it's going to nail Oktoberfest, but what's that?
I like Junior.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, let's see here. I mean, we're blowing through the topics, so I don't know. Let's talk. Yeah, go ahead.
I would like.
I don't know if we can move. I mean, we're pretty much stuck here. I wish we were a little more mobile.
But if you put the camera up here, can you show the?
What I'll do is if you follow us on Facebook, right after this on Facebook, I'll do a Facebook Live and we'll go show the event, and you could share that to your page so people can come see it.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't be on this stream. We're just we're a little tied down right here. I'm hoping to fix that.
For the band, we're gonna
turn it. Yeah. Whenever the band's ready, we can definitely showcase them. It looks like they're setting up right now.
Yeah.
We've been pacing. It looks like they're getting kind of closer and ready to go.
Yep.
Let's finish this real quick.
Yep.
Easy enough. You do the pecan? I don't know if you're ready.
Look, she's dancing. Yeah. Yeah.
Nate wants a bottle. He'll review it. There she is. What's up?
Yeah, Bier. Wer ist denn Präsident?
He wants me to send him a bottle. Yes, we are here at Lagerhaus. We'll reset the audience here.
Yeah.
Location 3438 East Lake Business Road, Palm Harbor, Florida 34685. Yeah. Right across from the Target, Boot Ranch area, behind the McDonald's. Whoa. Okay. There we go. We got the band really kicking up now. All right, so I have my wife pouring me one more beer.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say we need another bottle. That's going. I caught that. I'm in dad mode right now. I'm gonna toss this for you, friends. We got more if he wants it. Now we're kicking up.
Mike.
I don't know if you guys can hear that out here. All right.
So we are here live, and we want to have at least that you can, that the Polka band can do one intro for our audience here.
Yeah, if you give us 5 minutes, we'll be ready for you. We'll be ready in 5.
For one song.
Which song?
Anything.
Any song.
Any song.
Any song you can play.
Let me make sure they can be ready.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Well, listen, we'll stretch. We'll stretch it.
Yeah.
We're live here, folks. This is off the rails.
So yeah.
So what we got here now, friends? So the last time I met you, I gave you my Doppelbock.
I remember.
Very young. It was about a month in bottle. So this is now that same Doppelbock, but this one's treated with pecan and vanilla beans. So it's a pecan vanilla Doppelbock.
Yeah. Don't tell that to a real German. They're gonna say, "What are you doing to beer?" But I am
yes.
So.
It is my interpretation of a beer called Southern Slice. So Cigar City and Southern Tier got together. I'm sorry, Southern Tier, Terrapin got together and made a beer called Southern Slice, and it was a pecan Doppelbock. I loved it so much. It was a one-time beer.
Okay, Roger just got here, so it's going to be 30 minutes before we can be ready with the kind of acoustics that we're supposed to have.
Okay. Well, listen. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So then 30 minutes we'll do the Lagerhaus Polka. Let me see, what time will that be then? We're almost ready to do our first set.
I don't know if we'll go 30 minutes, but what I can do is I'll start another stream and we'll stream a couple songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it up. Yeah, we'll do it for sure.
Everything is right.
We're going to be starting our first set in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll be 30 minutes setting up, and then we'll be ready.
Okay. So what we'll probably do is we'll end the stream here in a few minutes.
Yep.
And I'll put another stream up and post it out there. If anybody wants to watch a couple songs of some great music, we'll do that too.
Yep.
But we do encourage you to come out here to Lagerhaus. Don't just sit at home on the internet watching. Come on out and join us. Great drink specials, great food specials, great music, great environment. As we always say, great all around. So yes, this is my inspiration for Southern Slice. Cheers. Oh, I love that beer so much.
Oh, that's wonderful. Combination, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, natürlich.
I'm still melting away over here. Nate, the beer has fallen off a little bit. It's not as sharp. So definitely age has done it some wonders.
Yeah.
So again, we brewed this in January.
I get the pecan.
Yeah, this one I used 3.5 pounds of pecans in the entire 5-gallon batch. So I roasted them and soaked them in paper bags to take some of the oil out of them. I did that about 5 times, just real low, 200 degrees to get them warm. Yep. And then I let them sit in there and get the oil out of the pecans to help with the head retention.
It has that, Yeah, that's one of the things a professional brewery would not be able to do that in that quality because it's too expensive.
I talked with Wayne Wombles of Cigar City because I love that beer so much. When I saw him, I said, hey, I understand it's a sweet Doppelbock. I can do that. But what did you do on the pecans? And they ran it through, not a Randall, but they ran it through the pecans, you know. So homebrewers don't have that luxury. So I just let them sit in the secondary for a month on those pecans. But it's the second time I've done it. The first time, I think I burnt the pecans a little bit. So you got a little bit of that burnt pecan flavor. This time around, perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Yep. I love it. I actually just entered this into the best beer competition. So we'll see what it does. I have a big bomber of it. So if anybody wants some more of it, we got plenty of it to go around there.
Larry, we are here live, and this is a Doppelbock. Come here.
Come on.
We don't bite.
He can't.
Larry's
he's not supposed to be here.
He's not
if his work sees him, he's gonna get fired. Well, I can pass it off camera. So this is my homebrew pecan vanilla Doppelbock.
The pecan comes out wonderfully. Larry works for the Pasco County Sheriff's Department. He's a deputy.
Oh wait, no, not that Larry. That's a different Larry.
I'm just kidding.
Not the one who just drank that beer. That was a different
I'm
Larry.
just kidding. That's just a joke.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. So a lot of Munich malt. I split the balance between 50-50 Munich 1, Munich 2. Yep. So I got a little bit of complexity there. I think I use a little bit of caramel, a little bit of Special B, and then I think a little bit of chocolate wheat, and then some flaked wheat. I pretty much put flaked wheat in everything to enhance the body a little bit, bring out some of that Nice weediness. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I mean, that's everything I have. Franz, what have you been up to since we last saw you?
Well, I do.
It's been 6 months.
A lot of brewing. Down,
Urban Comfort.
Urban Comfort.
I got to come see you.
They have already 9 of my beers on tap.
You're in Central and St. Pete somewhere, right?
Central Avenue in 26.
Okay. Are you guys open for lunch?
Yeah.
I got to come see you. Are you up there often?
Once a week.
Okay. What day are you up there?
Tuesday or Wednesday or Sunday.
I'll have to call you.
So depending on what we brew.
If it's the third Wednesday and there's a full moon, I'll be there.
Okay. And so I'm busy there. And I have also a lot of, we're going to do kind of different brews. I made for the Museum of Fine Arts. We did an event, and I got inspired by a painting of George O'Keeffe, which hangs in the museum. The puppy. Cola. Cola haben? Nicht Bier? Ja, Bier?
No.
Cola.
Cola. I got that one.
Yeah.
I speak a little bit of German, apparently.
And so the painting was from 1927, and I made a raspberry chocolate imperial porter.
What?
And I used also garbanzo beans.
Garbanzo beans?
Yeah. Because in Mesopotamia, they were used to brew beer. So, kind of a little bit bullshitting. So I used the garbanzo beans to show the timelessness of George O'Keeffe's painting. But it's a 9% porter.
Imperial porter.
And lots of raspberries. Hi.
We got more little ones. It's definitely filling up here. So if you haven't departed for a Lagerhaus yet, you might want to get up here because it's gonna be standing room only here pretty soon. You can smell this grill; it's amazing. Definitely, makes me want to eat. The spit, we're roasting it. Yeah, we'll definitely have to show that on Facebook Live.
And Coca-Cola for the poopy.
That's a big Coke. I'm very happy with how that beer came out.
Yeah.
And when you lager something, you have the extended wait. Like,
so at Urban, I did my.
That's true German too. No ice, straight.
Yeah.
I hear that about European countries. They drink their Coca-Cola from the fountain.
Yep. It's good.
Look at that
Schmeckt
big girl.
Good.
Woo. Yep. All right.
Das gut. Schmeckt das gut?
What's on the special menu? Nate asks. All right.
Well, we have the famous pork shanks.
Right, the Schweinhaxen.
Yep. And
slow fire pit roasted. Let's see. We got the beer bretzel, the cheese beer bretzel, the speck bretzel, the Wiener Witch wings, Schweinhaxen, Speckschwein, that's a bacon wrap pork loin.
Und, so our normal portion of Schweinshaxen feeds 2 to 3 Americans.
Or 1 Bavarian.
Or 1 Bavarian. Now the half portion feeds 1 or 2 Americans and 1 Bavarian toddler.
1 Bavarian toddler. Very cool. Awesome. We're good. I got some napkins, man. I'm in dad mode. Awesome. So Urban Comfort doing good, doing lots of good breweries, brewing down there. Awesome. I got to come down and see you.
Yep.
On the brewing that big system. Maybe when it gets a little cooler.
Yeah. Oh, it's
because it's the outside system.
But it's actually not as bad as I thought because you're up there and it's windy. I just sometimes get really scared. Oops, what's going on? Alarm going off. I turn around. It's the freaking bus, the trolley. When they open the door, it beeps. So I'm right on Central. I basically brew beer on Central.
Nice. I definitely gotta come check that out. How often are you brewing down there?
About once a week, yeah.
Once a week. How big is the system?
It's a 7 barrel.
7 barrels. That's big. So that's
and I have a double batch
215 gallons or so.
Yeah, a little. I squeeze out a little more sometimes.
Okay,
so.
there you go. That's the pro stuff
we
right
have
there.
We have the Hefeweizen there. Then tangerine Hefeweizen, a maracuja, passion fruit Hefeweizen, my Royal Bohemian Pilsner, then Helles, which is the St. Pete Lager.
Mhm.
Nice drinking. And then I brewed for the 500 years of German purity law. I brewed a 1516.
Nice. So you did a Zickel kind of.
Yeah.
Very cool. We had that during the Frühlings Fest. So very good.
Down there, it's a little darker.
Mhm.
I made it darker to really do it like they were done 500 years ago. There was no blonde beer. Everything was dark.
Right. Yeah.
Because the roasting was not as
Yeah.
developed. The malting.
I can only imagine brewing back in those days because, you really had to work with those malts. You had to do all those rests. I mean, I think there's definitely benefits now, like, doing some acid rests and protein rests to kind of get.
Hi, Drew. Here. He's a beer geek. What is the group you're with?
Beer Snob Society.
Yeah.
Bunch of nerds drinking beer all day, all night, all morning.
More on the East Coast, right?
Okay.
Stanford.
Based in Sanford, but they're all throughout
Yeah,
Florida.
dude, that's our home base. We started in Orlando. We love Sanford Homebrew Shop. We've been up there a couple times. We've done some events up that way for sure.
I can't believe the first time I was there. It's just like one after another next to each other. Breweries, brew pubs, beer bars, great stuff.
It's exploding. Unfortunately, Orlando is the asshole of craft beer, is what I always say. They're way far behind Tampa, but they're definitely getting some good ones out there.
Don't we have to bleep that out?
No, we can say asshole. We can say we can say the F word. We're live as live can go. So
Here's what they're all missing, though. All of them, even the good ones. Yeah, it just seems like the American beer taste is all towards ale, which is fine. I love ale.
and hops.
But they miss great lagers. And that's one
True.
of the best things about this place. And this is the other best thing about this
For
place.
sure. Franz. Oh, we love Franz.
Yep.
For sure.
All right. Hi, everybody.
Hello, internets. You gotta love live. You never know what's going to happen, right?
Yep.
But very cool. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this thing up here. I know you've been pretty busy. We definitely appreciate your time. So let's recap the event once again. Tell the people who might be watching at home, who might be thinking about coming out, why do they got to come out today? What's going on?
Well, it won't get any more authentic than here. This is a family place. We welcome you. It is not just another party. It is. You never get authentic French.
You're not capitalizing on the name Oktoberfest, and you're gonna have a couple German beers.
Yeah.
This is true.
So this is, and we have the beer garden. Really, how it is over there. Rough on the trees.
Yeah.
Papa, yeah.
More Coke.
Ja. Denken? Ich muss jetzt, I have to drink a Coca-Cola.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so good.
Dankeschön.
Cool. So again, we're going to be going till how long tonight? What time we
About
close?
midnight.
About midnight?
Midnight, yep.
If we're still standing.
Yeah. Yes.
It's been a long day.
So in a little bit, we're gonna introduce our
we'll do another stream.
Band.
Yeah, we're hoping to have them up by 3, but they're still setting up a little bit. So
Yep.
I'll set up another live event. You can find it on the YouTube page. I'll also Facebook Live it just at the same time, just so we have full coverage there. So check us out here. Probably another half an hour. We'll have the polka band for a couple songs. Franz, in closing, what's in the future for Lagerhaus? What do we look past today? What's new and exciting?
Well, new and exciting is that we're going to expand a little bit our area inside, make more, put more tables out, and I'm thinking about doing the brewing centralized in St. Pete.
Okay, so moving the equipment maybe out of here and then bringing it down there.
It here. Yeah, because it is too much for me to do both.
Yeah.
And there's some cost involved in bringing it here, but it's still my beer, and it will be. I brewed double the amount,
Yeah.
and I attend every of my brew. I'm there for at least a critical time. So it's my baby, and do it on both locations. So I'm thinking about doing that, and then we have to change our license, get another license. So it's kind of difficult to do that.
Right. Yeah,
And
the state of Florida makes the alcohol.
Yeah.
Was it the alcohol,
But then
tobacco,
I can
firearms?
have a better, a bigger area in there.
Yeah, 'cause it doesn't matter where you brew it.
Yeah.
I mean,
As long
just
as
where you
my-
serve it, distribute. Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's still made locally. So
Yeah.
It's 30 minutes down there.
Sure. Any special recipes you're going to be introducing, or?
Well, I have so many I have to look at them and remember.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point. As a brewer, I always want to try new stuff, but I also go backwards and want to
Yeah.
perfect the ones I
And
like.
one of the things is, I did in the past. That's my old porch stall, and so I did it in urban comfort with aging it on oak, and it turned out wonderful. Now people like that. 10 years ago, it would have been too harsh.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Mhm.
People were transitioning.
Just getting into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can experiment more now than in the old days.
Right. Very cool.
So, like you said, you can you go always backwards. What you do, what you did, and then go forward. But I can tell your listeners, I'm not gonna make a roasted goat brain beer, and I'm neither brewing it with whale testicles like in
Aw.
Iceland.
That's what I heard. Everybody's
Yeah.
telling me the whale testicle beer was coming.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna go there.
Right. So not that
Yeah.
Schweinhaxen make maybe like a rock beer with some Schweinhaxen in there.
Yeah.
That would go well together. It's almost like a ham sandwich in a glass almost
Yeah.
already. That's one beer style I cannot drink yet is the smoked stuff. I mean, it's
I have slowly gone into it, and the German Schlenkerle, they are really great because they're not overdoing it, and it's natural. They malt their grain over smoke,
Right.
so it's not like liquid smoke
Right,
putting
right.
it in and so on. But I have started to like them. But howdy, well, another beer nerd is coming up here. We're here on the live podcast.
come on, say hello. Say hello to the internet there.
Hello.
Oh, good to see you. How you doing?
Good. Here is Sophie. Look.
Hey, Sophie. How are you, sweetie?
And
Nate says he'll take it. He wants it.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't quite get into the smoked beers yet. I've had the Liechtenstein. That's the sour smoked one, right?
yeah, the sour smoked I'm not so fond of. But,
It's two styles I hate.
yeah.
So put it together, like.
but one of the things is when you drink a smoked beer, the taste buds obviously get very accustomed to the smoke.
Right.
So you can drink a lot of smoked beer and still get that smokiness.
Yeah.
It fades out.
Right.
So it's a beer where you enjoy one
Right.
because it fades out.
Mhm.
And I mean, my favorite is a bock, a
Yeah.
Schlenkerle bock with a strong part of it.
Yeah. I love most German anything, especially the dark stuff. As long as that's smoked. Box, doppelbox.
Maybe we smoke your pecans.
No. You can do whatever you want. I'll give you the recipe if you want it. You can experiment. I don't have to eat. You know how to do that one. I don't have to give you any recipes for that, but for sure. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap this thing up.
Yep.
Again, friends, in
So-
closing, is there anything you want to tell the Lagerhaus audience who might be watching, the Beer Chaser audience who might be watching?
Well, if you want to come out here,
Please come
come
out
out here and say
Support
Beer
Franz.
Chasers, and I buy you a beer. How about that?
Yeah.
You mentioned Beer Chasers, and I buy you a beer.
Look at that. Come on out. Mention Beer Chasers. Get a free beer. It doesn't get any better than that, folks. All right. Friends, as always, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Please come out and see Franz Lagerhaus Brewery. I'll give you the address one more time. 3438 East Lake Business, Palm Harbor, Florida, 34685. Across from the Target, behind the McDonald's. Nate, Lagerhaus for life. All right. Like I said, stick around maybe half an hour. I'll put another live stream up for the polka band, and we'll party down. Come on out and see us. It's going to be a great time. That's all I got to say. So with that, Preston, this is the Beer Chasers. Thank you for watching this live broadcast here at Lagerhaus Brewing for Oktoberfest. Prost. We will see you later.